And we are live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Back at it with another CJ Talk Sports video. I am your host, Mr. Christian Jones, here with my co-host, Mr. Logan Nam, aka Logan's Giant Zone. What's going on, buddy?
Your boy got a little bit more tan, as you can see.
Yes, no longer are you country white boy. Now you are now you have a New Jersey tan. I love it. But today, because we don't have any big news, I just kind of figured that this would be more kind of a laid back, chill, Giants Hangout type of video. Me and Logan are going to discuss what was the key moment that made us Giants fans, and obviously, what are some of our favorite moments throughout the Giants' history. Before we start this video, everyone, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, subscribe to CJ Talks Sports as well as CJ Talks Movies, subscribe to Logan's Giant Zone's channel. We're going to be starting a new podcast starting tomorrow.
The Giant Zone podcast every Thursday night.
Every Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be making a lot of memories here. And yeah, let's get going.
Your boy got the whole script ready.
Yeah, man, this little dude came out prepared. He's acting like a professional, and I'm absolutely digging it. We're going to be
We're not just going to be going into our streams doing blah blah blah. I got scripts ready, my guy. Scripts.
Yes, and shout out to both Nate Talk Sports as well as Jaden the Champ. I did not recognize Jaden when I was shooting hoops at the basketball court. This kid comes up to me and asks, "Hey, are you CJ? Hey, is that CJ Talk Sports?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am CJ Talk Sports." I'm like, "Do I know you?" He's like, "Yeah, it's Jaden the Champ." I'm like, "Oh."
Make you feel like a celebrity out there.
Yeah, I'm like, somebody in person actually recognizes my channel other than my godchildren. I'm like, okay. But, JD is a baller. This kid is, hold on a second.
Man, CJ getting the phone calls on his own podcast. This is usually the part of the stream where I take over for a minute while CJ is busy, but I have nothing to talk about, so we're just gonna. Okay, now he's back.
Nah, I'm good. It's just my nosy friend Eric always asking me for a favor. What am I doing today? But nah, man, Jaden's a baller. Like this kid can shoot, and I'm like, wait a minute, you do look kind of familiar. Oh yeah, that's right. You're Jaden. You're Jaden the Champ. I've seen you on obviously Logan's, Nate's, as well as Hub streams, but I never really pay attention as far as his appearance goes. So I'm like, wow. Newsflash, kid's a baller. This kid can shoot. And now, to be fair, I did outshoot him for the most part, but we're not going to get into that. I'm not going to brag.
CJ the next Steph Curry out here.
No, my game is more comparable to Chris Paul. But yeah, we're going to be talking. We're going to appreciate it, CJ. No problem, Jaden. But yeah, we're going to be talking because again, it's kind of a dead time as far as Giants news. We're pretty much gonna discuss what are the things. We're pretty much gonna discuss the topics of what exactly was a key moment or particular moments that made us Giants fans. Logan, I'm gonna pass it on to you first. What was your first fond memory of being a Giants fan?
There wasn't really like a one memory. It's just my whole family are Giants fans. So once I get into football, I'm like, okay, I'm a Giants fan. Let me start watching football. I don't have any like key memories. I just wanted to be a Giants fan because my whole family was.
Yeah, it was kind of like the same thing with me as well. I got so tired of not be able to join my family's conversations when it came about football because honestly, I didn't know much about football. But as I started to get into sport, started with a little bit of baseball, then basketball. I figured football would be the next thing. And since 90% of my family are Giants fans, I figured they're close. I love New York. I'm just going to start rooting for the Giants. Now, what I will say, as far as why I've been so invested in the Giants, I guess it's because, no, you know me, you know the fact that I am a film buff. I've always kind of found the captivating stories of underdogs always so compelling. And the fact that the Giants, I mean, obviously we're an historically great franchise, but the fact that the Giants have always had so much slander and hate, not just from the media historically, but from Giants fans alike. Like, I can remember going back even in the mid 2000s.
When you're gone, I have my specific moment.
Okay. Even in the mid 2000s, I would find more Cowboy fans near my area than Giants fans. I'm like, why is it like, how is that the Giants aren't so, you know, I don't know, likable? Like, we've always been underdogs. We're an historically great franchise. We have arguably the greatest player of all time. Why aren't the Giants like? I find more media coverage on the Steelers, the 49ers, and of course the Dallas Cowboys, that it just drives me insane. And the fact that pretty much every year that I've been a Giants fan, the Giants are rarely in the conversation of just winning their own division. Mm-hmm. Like, it's always gone to the Cowboys. It's always been about the Eagles. And for fair respect, the Eagles, particularly in their time with Andy Reid, you know, the Eagles were the best team in the division. But outside of that, it's pretty much almost always been the Giants. Yeah. But yet, year after year, we hear more stuff about the Eagles, the Cowboys. And so, I always looked at the fact that the Giants are almost the underdog story, especially over the last number of years.
Yeah.
Now, my first big moment as far as being a Giants fan was, and unfortunately I'm gonna break a lot of Giants fans' hearts when I say this.
Was it the Deshaun Jackson?
Yes. I didn't start becoming a Giants fan until 2010.
Sorry, I keep stuttering.
Joel
told me his first moment as a Giants fan was watching the Zonka fumble.
Yeah, and that kind of was like the same boat for my dad when he was a Giants fan, but where he witnessed the original miracle of the Man in the Land. So when I'm like, my God, I was like, how is that? Some of the biggest losses in recent memory always happens to the Giants. That's why, again, I always find the Giants entertaining as far as being the underdogs.
Yeah.
Like, it's always so much fun to watch the underdog get slandered and criticized and hate for all the stupidest reasons, and then come out being, hey, how do you like me now?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, you can finish.
Like, you guys never cared about us from the get-go. Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden we get the last laugh. Famous quote: "The one who laughs last gets to laugh the loudest." And because, excuse my language, I'm going to be having a little bit of a swearing problem, because that's just the kind of guy I am.
PG-13.
But I always find it enjoyable when I could be just a nasty little prick sometimes, where I could just rub dirt in anybody's faces that ever doubted me or doubted my beliefs. And to do that as a Giants fan, just nothing beats that.
Yeah.
Nothing beats that. I remember the year the Giants won their second Super Bowl. En route to that, you know which game I'm talking about.
You mean third Super Bowl, right?
Well, yeah, their third Super Bowl. When we faced the Cowboys, I believe that was week 10, week 11. It was midway through the 2011 season. And we had started the year 6-2 and then dropped 4 straight. We're at Dallas, and it's a Sunday night game. Me and a bunch of Cowboy friends had a bet that if the Giants lose, I can't wear my Giants jersey, my Giants jacket, any Giants apparel for a month. And I remember sitting in my bed that night watching the Giants get absolutely crushed. I think it was like 34-22. And I'm like, damn, I gotta go to bed.
45 to
I got
45.
No. The second Super Bowl with Eli.
Oh, okay.
The 2011 season. It was 34-22, and I remember just getting ready to go to bed, and then the Giants started to make a run, and we have the ball down 5 with like 2 minutes left to go, and of course, one of Eli's, probably his, in my opinion, this is easily top 3 greatest Eli Manning's moments. He leads this miraculous comeback where we win on a block field goal by Jason Pierre-Paul, and I remember just screaming down the hallway in front of all Cowboy fans, who's number one? Who's number one? Who's ahead of the division now? And this one particular Cowboy fan got so pissed and annoyed and frustrated at me. He started to go back to making fun of the birthmark on my head. That's how much I enjoy getting out there. He's like, bro, shut the F up with your effing ball spot on the back of your head. Shut up. I'm like, I'm absolutely loving this. This is so miraculous and fun. The fact that he's now making remarks about my birthmark just speaks on his entire saltiness. So the fact that I could literally at any time rub in the face of all these doubters, especially when it comes to the Giants, is so effing satisfying. That again, Giants are the best when they embrace the underdog role, and that's why this team. Why this Giants history has always been so prestige to me, because we always hear about how great the Niners are. We always hear how great the Steelers, the Packers, and the Cowboys were. Great history, so that's why the Giants are so close to me, is because they embrace that underdog story. And it's funny because you would think because we play in New York, because we're one of the most historically great franchises, that we be one of the cocky ones, but we're not. We almost have the same mindset as Cleveland Browns fans, where we're always the underdog. And I love that.
Yeah, and the thing that really got me hooked on the Giants, that I became a Giants fan in one of the off seasons. I'm like, Dad, I want to get into football. Obviously, I'm going to be a Giants fan because all you guys are. So one night, I'm not even paying.
Kinda.
So
she gets on my nerves sometimes.
One night, I'm not even paying attention to football, right? I'm just scrolling through the TV, and I see a rerun of Super Bowl 42. And I click on it, I'm like, oh, the Giants were in the Super Bowl, cool. I'm like, Dad, did they win? He's like, yeah. He's like, do you want to know more about it? I'm like, sure. He's like, the Patriots were undefeated, and we were 9-7, and we beat them. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Then he's like, just wait until the 2-minute drill, you'll see what happens. Then I see the David Tyree catch, the fade to Plexico, and then Tom Brady gets slammed by Robert Alford, and we win the game. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? We beat an undefeated team in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Unfortunately, at that point, I was a fan of the Giants, but I really wasn't a diehard fan.
No,
I
I
was
wasn't
aware
even
of them.
born-
I kept my eye.
I wasn't even born.
No, you weren't even. You were still in your mom's belly at the time.
This was years ago. I was watching a rerun of it. I didn't even know anything about it, and then my dad's like, they were undefeated, and we were 9-7. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, and it's so crazy about, the similar parallels for that year. Obviously, that Giants team was 10-6. We were 9-7. The year we won our second Super Bowl, and again, going back to that season, this is also one of my favorite Eli Manning moments. Was that, if you remember, going in that 2011 season, I forgot who asked the question or what show it was on, but I think it was on WFAN, somebody had asked, like, hey, do you consider Eli Manning an elite quarterback? And my first response was, well, it depends what you define elite. Do I think Eli should be in the same boat as, the Peytons, the Aaron Rodgers, the Bradys? No. But is he top 10? Should he be in that same boat of, at the time, Big Ben? Tony Romo? Well, in my opinion, he's always been better than Tony Romo. But is Eli Manning a top?
In my opinion, in 2011, Eli was an elite quarterback because he made 10 fourth quarter comebacks that year.
But prior to Russell Wilson, I think 2017, 2018, Eli Manning had the most fourth quarter touchdown passes than any other quarterback in NFL history.
Also, I need
think about that.
Speaking of the Giants, I need your opinion on these jerseys. That is pure fire. Share your screen.
Let me see. Oh, wow, no, I like these. I like these a lot.
Somebody commented on that. If you want to look like an arena football league, sure.
Wow, I'm actually.
I love the black.
I mean, I'm more of a light blue type of guy, but these ocean water blue uniforms are clean. I dig these a lot.
Is it just me, or would that uniform with the numbers and letters be having like an black print on it be awesome?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and speaking of that, which I did some research right when the schedule came out, and I know us Giants fans, we all wanted Giants versus the Eagles week 1. Obviously, that was our number 1 week 1 opponent. But do you know why we're opening against the Denver Broncos again?
9/11.
Yeah.
Well, the night before 9/11.
Well, yeah. The weekend of 9/11, the Giants opened up that season, I believe, against the Denver Broncos. Fast forward 20 years later, we're opening up the season again. Ironically, going back to the 2011 season, I don't remember us opening up against the Broncos that year.
You see, 2001.
Well, yeah, but I mean, is that who did we open up the season with in the 2011 season? I'm trying to remember.
The Redskins.
Washington. That's right. And that was such a weird year. We sweep the Cowboys. Didn't we sweep the Eagles that year in the 2011 season?
No.
Or did we split against them?
What, against the
Yeah,
Eagles? We got swept by Washington, split against the Eagles, and swept the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I wasn't even a football fan then. I have that memorized. Usually
I always remember Giant seasons of the past, but then again, I was in my junior year of high school, so yeah, it's been a while. So, but again, and especially Eli, as far as his career goes, like Eli just almost embodied that underdog role. Like even coming
Forrest Gump face.
Like whether it's the face or the mannerisms, like I used to pattern my personality from Eli. Like, oh, I did something wrong. Would be my expression. Oh, my bad. Eli throws an interception. My bad. Eli fumbles or makes a bad throw. My bad. I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Oh, Anthony Edwards was robbed.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No. Listen, I love Anthony Edwards, but LaMelo was the clear rookie of the year for me. Like when he was completely healthy, he was the best rookie. I mean, he was the best rookie in the NBA. And you know me, I don't just value how good of a player is. I value what you mean for your team. That's why Kyrie Irving drives me insane. I get how talented he is, but as far as results, he's at his best when he's a number 2. He's not a number 1. Much like Julius Randle being selected second team All-NBA, wasn't just because he put up great numbers or he had a great year. It's because he was leading his team to winning. And nobody expected the Hornets to be a top 6, top 7 team out east. And when he was healthy, they were a playoff team. Without him, they were in the playing tournament and didn't even make it. So if he's healthy for at least the majority of the year, the Hornets are probably a top 6, top 7 team. So notice, and I love Anthony Edwards. I think the kid's got a bright future, but this award rightfully deserved to LaMelo.
Yeah, I got some Giants questions for you, actually. What was your favorite game from last year?
From last year? Obviously that Seattle one was beyond shocking. Me and my mom, well, really my entire family, we do a football pool every year, every season, where we pretty much pick and choose every game of the NFL season. So, what was that, week 12, week 11? We were going down all the games for that week. And we see, okay, the Eagles are playing the Packers, that's a loss. The Cowboys are playing Baltimore, that's definitely a loss. The Giants are at Seattle without Daniel Jones, that's a loss. Washington is going to Pittsburgh, who at the time were undefeated, that's a loss. The first two came out perfectly. Cowboys get blown out by the Ravens. The Packers handle the Eagles easily. We get to the 4 o'clock games, and we're like, this game is shockingly close. Like, we may actually be able to win this game, and with Colt freaking McCoy as a backup, who hasn't won a game, who hasn't won an NFL star since like 1984. Like, I'm like, there is no way if we keep this game close, if this game is manageable, that's a success. The fact that we not only won, we beat Seattle handedly with a backup. That to me allows, like, okay, this team is coming. This team is on the right stuff. And whether or not,
real quick, that was the point where the Steelers were still undefeated on like Super Bowl 42. Let's get it.
I'm like, yo, Steelers, come on, man, do us a solid. And then of course they, yo, again, man, and just so I can make this thing clear, okay, I find it to be completely ridiculous to measure how great wide receivers are when it comes to Super Bowls. Because outside of Jerry Rice, most of the greatest receivers of all time do not have a lot of playoff success. Calvin Johnson never won a playoff game. Randy Moss never won a Super Bowl. Terrell Owens never won a Super Bowl. Larry Fitzgerald, arguably the best receiver of our generation, or at least of my generation.
Fitzgerald is the second best wide receiver in NFL history, behind Trayvon Grimes.
You got jokes. You got jokes. But now that was probably, in terms of a single game, that was or moment that was outside of David Tyree. That was probably the best single moment for a wide receiver in NFL history. Best performance for sure. Larry Fitzgerald was just on such a different level. That one run alone makes him a Hall of Famer, and unfortunately, he's never going to sniff another Super Bowl shot again. But that just tells you how hard it is for. Hey, listen, I'm not on for. I'm not. Why do you have like a standard chair rather than your gaming chair?
No.
Damn, man. I gotta introduce you to my. I gotta introduce you to my chiropractor then. But now, again,
also doesn't help the point that I kind of treat myself as a chiropractor and just crack my back sometimes.
Yeah, that's probably not the best idea.
Let's go.
I used to do. I only do that after a workout, not when I'm relaxing.
Speaking of workouts, I was supposed to go to the gym at 5, but my dad came in and said that's canceled.
Damn.
I'll do an inside workout.
I'm telling you, it's much more comparable and easier. I work out in my room just as much as I like to go to the gym, because there are certain days where I just don't feel like changing my clothes, buying a 2-liter Gatorade when I could just stay in my room, do my standard exercises, and then just go on from there.
Speaking of exercises, guys, football signups are on Saturday.
There we go. Again, as soon as football tryouts is over, I want you to tell me what position is your coach thinking about having you play throughout the season that year.
I'm going to be playing 2 positions.
I know. One of my godsons who used to play football, who's about your age, a little bit younger, but he plays on defense. He plays, I think, corner, and on offense he plays wide receiver.
Nice.
Or running back. I'm not sure.
Man's Deion Sanders and Larry Fitzgerald in one.
Hey. His technique he gets from me, but his wide receiver skills it's just from him playing Madden all the time, which he believes is gospel. But I'm like, dude, no. Like, there's more than knowing football than being good on Madden. Okay. But again, going back to the Giants that year. Again, I remember somebody asked him, "Do you consider Eli to be an elite quarterback?" And I said, "If you I believe it was Tiki." And I at the time said, "Yeah, like he's thrown for 4,000 yards multiple times. He's he's had seasons where he's had over 35 touchdowns.
He beat Playgirl Tom Brady at the time."
Yeah, like he already has a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP to his name. Why not now? Again, I know
he looks like everyone's creepy uncle.
Hey, he may look like a creepy uncle, but he's actually a real chill dude once you actually get to know him. And plus, I don't know why people will always find this about Eli. Eli has no personality. Eli is funny. Like, but people don't realize just how hysterical Eli is. Like, I remember after the Super Bowl run, he did a number of skits on Saturday Night Live. Eli was cracking me up with some of these commercials. Like that one where he's teaching little kids on how to stand up to their big brothers. I'm like, and yet people say he has no personality. He's funnier than. Yeah, and he's the classic meme that keeps on giving.
Yo, what is that?
He looks like he looks like the Grinch in that photo. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. You got
He's the next Eli. Look
bruh.
at his face.
Bruh. I get some of the. My God, just imagine this. Eli is 6'4". Okay, Eli is a big dude. Okay, I stood next to Eli Manning at a training camp practice a couple of years ago. Eli is tall. Like, he's really tall in person. Daniel makes Eli look short.
Daniel Jones be looking like Woody out here. Look at his face.
Oh my God.
This man said Logan Manning.
Oh my God. CJ, man. Well, again, fun fact, Jamie.
That's what it would look like if their faces were swapped.
Oh my God. No, the one on the number 10 on this one looks more like Cooper. This looks more like Cooper, and that one still looks. Oh my God! Yeah, the Sheili memes. I wish I. No, go to this one. Go to the timeout. Go to.
You read that.
The face you make when you get tacos, and they do all in one night. Oh my goodness! Come on, folks. This is not funny. This is not fun. Oh my God! No, but dude, go on to the top where he's calling the timeout. I guess the Niners. It's all the way up. It's like one of the first ones.
I am all the way up.
Okay, scroll down a little bit.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I'll find it.
Which I just saw it.
Me too.
I just saw it. It's gonna come up. It's gonna come back up. Well, hold on. Stop it for a minute. Oh my goodness! Go to the Michael Jordan one.
What?
Go to the Michael. Never mind. Yes, right there. It was at that photo. It was at that photo right there where I swear to you, that was the photo right there that made me say Eli is a Hall of Famer. It was that game, that moment right there. The fact that he had the holy hell beaten out of him, and the fact that his offensive the Giants' offensive line historically with Eli had been pretty good. That was really the first sign that made me think this offensive line is starting to get up there. Because the 49ers just beat Eli all the hell.
You know what I'll never forget? Remember the 2007 season when we played in London against the Dolphins, right?
Yes, I know what you get.
Eli's so slow. He was running away from Jason Taylor to the corner of the end zone. He was so slow during that touchdown run, there was almost a delay of game.
Bruh.
Apparently, Michael Strahan on the sideline poured Gatorade into his cup, took a sip, put it down, took another bottle of Gatorade, put it in his cup, took a sip of it, put it down, walked all the way to the sideline, and he was still running! I was just about to mention it, that, again, that great clip of Michael Strahan. Eli breaks out of the pocket. He's like, okay, Eli's about to get sacked. I go over to the side, bruh, and again, when you least expect it to see. I always used to make fun of the fact that when people say that the Cowboys are the accident waiting to happen, how Tony Romo almost embodies that. No shit.
Eli yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't even think that's even comparable. Now, I do think Daniel is a better athlete than Eli. I think he's more gifted as just a football player, but overall, as a pocket passer, it's not even close. Like, no shit. Like, of course, Eli is more advanced. Excuse my language. Of course, Eli is more advanced than Daniel Jones is, because people forget Eli could have played. Eli was a high recruit if he would have been a high recruit if he had played basketball.
Yeah.
Like Eli was a legit serious athlete.
Jaden, we know. We already know this.
I agree, but see, here's the, I don't think the gap between the confidence that I have in Eli with the confidence that I have in Daniel Jones, all that to be different. Like, dude, obviously,
whenever we're down by 4-3 in the 2-minute drill with Daniel Jones, all I'm thinking is just don't throw a fucking interception.
Here's the thing. Let me turn my phone on silent. See, here's the thing. Because of Daniel's first game against Tampa Bay, where he played just out of his mind, I always feel as though if we're down by 5 with a 2-minute drill, I still feel as though that there's confidence in me that Daniel is going to pull it off. But with Eli, it wasn't just a confidence. It was more of a certainty. Like, okay, we're down 3, we're down 4. We got a minute and a half with no timeouts. Okay, we got this. We had this in the bag, because Eli, I always feel as though people talk about Brady and Montana. Eli is one of the best 2-minute drill quarterbacks ever, like of all time. Like, outside of maybe Brady and Montana, there's probably no one that I'd rather have running a 2-minute drill than Eli.
Yo.
Because I always feel as though he's going to at least get us into overtime. And if we get down close enough with like 30 seconds left, he's going to deliver a touchdown.
Yo, I'll never forget against the Rams when there was a clear path to run for a touchdown, but Daniel Jones was like, "No, let me throw this into double coverage against CJ Board."
Yeah.
And then as soon as Daniel Jones throws that pass and the diving interception, I'm just like,
I'm like, F me. I'm like, Daniel, what are you doing, Daniel? What are you doing? We were right there. We were right, and I don't want to give this moniker to Daniel because it's still too early. But like I said, I feel as though Daniel, I still feel a confidence level with him, but with Eli, it was more of a certainty. The one thing that I will say in the back of my mind, whenever Daniel is running a 2-minute drill, I'm like, please just don't mess it up. Please just don't mess it up. Get us in field goal range. Give us a defense. Give our defense one more shot, and let's try to pull this one out. But I will say one thing, and you talk about that CJ Bourne interception.
Jaden, I punched the shit out of my couch after that game.
Yeah, and I was as a matter of fact, I was just about to get to that point. Like when Daniel, it's funny, his best game of his career has probably been that Tampa Bay game, but easily his worst one had to be his Tampa Bay game from last year. Having said all that, Daniel could, remember, we were down by 8 at that point. Oh, with like 3 minutes left, I'm like, okay. We gave it our best.
We converted 4th and 16.
Exactly. Like, I'm like, and we may actually.
And then he throws the slot fade to Golden Tate. Tate Moss.
And I'm like, we got this. We're going to overtime. That's the Daniel I know.
And then Daniel Jones is like, how about I throw this running back route like 3 seconds after I'm supposed to throw it? Let's just do that.
Like, I'm like, oh my god. Now, to be fair, I still go back and think, the corner was a little bit early, But if you're Daniel, you still gotta make that throw. Like you say, you said that he was about 3 seconds late. He was like a good 4 to 5 seconds late. Like that should have been an easy completion like that. But again,
you know what? I'm most worried about Daniel Jones this year, though. I'm worried about him having FOMO.
Having what?
FOMO.
What's that?
Fear of too many options.
That's actually a good one.
Because you can have all these weapons, but if all these guys are getting open or doing something, you're thinking to yourself, who do I throw to? Who do I throw to? Who do you throw to? Before you realize you're on the ground.
Yeah, and that, I heard that a couple of years ago when Cleveland acquired All-Out Beckham that Baker is going to take this humongous leap. But what you have to realize is that when you're a young quarterback and you have a superstar receiver on the outside, you almost feel forced to like, I got to get this guy the ball. I got to get this guy the ball. The thing that I like about with this team is that while, yes, Kenny Golladay is a bona fide number 1 receiver, he, in my opinion, is a top 12 wide receiver in the game, but he's not a guy that's gonna, command Daniel to give me the ball. He's not gonna have that force, that aura that is going to be like, okay, I gotta give Kenny Golladay the ball because he's our number 1 receiver. Like, no. Like, if Golladay...
He's better than
yeah, exactly. And it's not just the fact that I think Golladay is a better fit. I think his temperament is going to be much suited with Daniel. Because if you remember, the year Kenny Golladay, I think, led receivers and touchdowns, Matthew Stafford missed like half the year. So, and I don't even remember who was their backup at that time. I think it was Jeff Driscoll or something. But the fact that, essentially. So the fact that he's going playing with Stafford, but playing with much maligned other quarterbacks to go into Daniel, I feel as though, he's not going to command that same type of presence that Odell is. I think Kenny Golladay... Go ahead.
Wait, you can finish.
I think Kenny Golladay will be fine having 6 or 7 receptions rather than Odell having his 11, his 12 with 13 targets. No, I think Golladay will be fine, getting 8 targets a game and only having 6 or 7 receptions because he knows that I have a boatload of other playmakers around me. Exactly how it, as a matter of fact, exactly how it was when he was in Detroit. Yeah, he was the number 1, but he still had Daniel Amendola, I can't speak today, who's an excellent slot receiver, as well as Marvin Jones, who's a proven number 2. And again, you're speaking to the choir, so the fact that Golladay is used to being part... Yeah, it's crazy to think how loaded that line's receiving options were.
If they had like a top 15 defense, they would have done something with the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. And if they forget defense, if they just had a better coach, if they just had an average or solid tier coach, like we make fun of Adam Gase a ton with the whole. But Matt Patricia was equally a disaster.
Matt Patricia's like a fat cow who does nothing.
Yeah, people forget, but the Lions were a 9-7, 10-6 ball club with Jim Caldwell, and they think, all we're missing is a new voice. Well, that new voice came in, pretty much jacked everything up, and now you're in a rebuild.
That new voice was filled with Cheetos and Kool-Aid. This is gonna sound so crude. That's the same voice that pretty much told you guys to get the hell out of that haunted house. That is exactly the type of voice that Matt Patricia had on that Lions team or organization. Matt Patricia thought he was always right and he was God.
I was the DC to Bill Belichick. I mean, to the Patriots. No, you weren't. You were the designated play caller for the defense. Everyone, their grandmothers know it's Belichick's defense. Okay, you're just there to keep his water. You're just there to keep his water warm. Exactly. Like, and not to get off branch here, but you just reminded me. And see, this is why I can't stand the Cowboys as far as the media coverage they get. Again, every year is always the same thing. Everyone is now assuming that Dan Quinn is going to come right in and fix all the Cowboys' issues because he was the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks when they won the Super Bowl. I'm like, folks, you do realize, same thing that I said about Pete Carroll, in my opinion, still being a top 5 head coach. He drafted the Legion of Boom. He built a scheme around them, and he designed a defense that was best suited for them. As soon as Dan Quinn left,
fuck off Cam Chancellor.
Exactly, like people forget Ray Lewis got a lot of people jobs because he was the leader of that Baltimore defense. You know, you look at every famous defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator that flopped on the NFL level is because they were perceived to be the offensive or defensive genius for this quote-unquote defense. Like, I don't even remember who was the DC for the 2000 Ravens, but I know for a fact that was Brian Billick's team. Like, that was his defense. He constructed that 2000 Ravens defense. Pete Carroll.
I just want to tell everyone to get this fact out. Richard Sherman was picked in the 5th round.
Again, Pete Carroll, he picked out those players. He drafted them. He built a defensive scheme around them that best suited their abilities. If Dan Quinn was so instrumental for that Seahawks defense, why did they get better as soon as he left? Explain that to me.
Let me say something to every Cowboys fan out there saying, well, we got Micah Parsons, we got Jalen Smith, we got blah, blah, blah. Dan Quinn can't use fucking linebackers!
Hello! Like, look no further.
Keanu O'Neal was a linebacker.
Look no further to the Falcons' defensive ranks since he's been their head coach. I don't think he's
bottom of the sewer.
Not even that. Like, his defenses in Atlanta were always middle of the pack at best. If he's such a good defensive mind, why is his defense always middle of the pack?
He's not that. 25 straight unanswered points.
He's not that good. He's not that good. He really isn't.
I guarantee you I can use my linebackers better than Dan fucking Quinn.
Like,
if I had Micah Parsons, Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, Jabril Cox, I would tear up some motherfuckers. But this dude's Micah Parsons, you drop back in coverage. Keanu O'Neal, you're going to be our main run stopper.
Bruh. If Dan Quinn was such a good defensive mind, why was his defenses in Atlanta so mediocre? It's because he's not that good. Okay, he's just another disciple in the Pete Carroll tree. And let's just say that he was an excellent defensive coordinator for a second. He hasn't been a defensive coordinator in 7 years. Like, he's been the Falcons head coach for 8 years or so? 9 years. So this man hasn't been a DC in over 10 years. I'll be the first to admit, I was uber excited when I heard Jason Garrett was going to be our offensive coordinator last year. Like, that was probably my favorite of the coaching hires. But then I really sat back and thought about, well, wait a minute. Jason Garrett hasn't called plays in years. Like, yeah, he's designing the offense, but he hasn't been an offensive play caller, since his 3rd year in Dallas, when he was the head coach? So, it's going to take Jason Garrett a minute to get back into the rhythm of things as far as running an offense. And Jason Garrett was actually a great offensive coordinator. Like, he was excellent in his early years in Dallas, and then even when he became the head coach and still the play caller, the Cowboys were still a top 10 offense.
Mm-hmm.
But that hasn't been the case for years, and we all saw how he panned out. So, Dan Quinn, outside of that one stretch in Seattle, he hasn't had a good defensive standing since Seattle. He's never adjusted well to what his players could do. And last but not least, he hasn't been a defensive coordinator in years.
And he doesn't know any linebackers better than my cat.
Exactly. Like, why are you guys basing your entire defensive aura around a guy that is a mediocre defensive mind, and B, someone who hasn't done it in years? Like for crying out loud, Cowboy fans, your defense is going to be better because it can't get worse. Okay, that's the one bright spot about y'all defense, that it can't be any worse. But honestly, I don't think your defense is even going to reach middle of the pack. Like, if this defense is ranked like 12 or 15, I would be shocked.
If this defense is ranked 26, I would be shocked.
Like, I would be more surprised. I would be thoroughly impressed if their defense was ranked 20th. Like, if they could be 20th in defensive efficiency, I would be surprised. But you're likely to finish, 26th? 27th? Which is fine, but it's nowhere near elite. And I hate to do this to Dak, because I like Dak. I like him a lot.
I will kick you off your own stream if you say
that. But I respect Dak because he has that same bit of an underdog persona in his own right. But you're essentially going to be asking Dak to be what Eli was in 2011. And that is not happening in this division. Okay? Because with us having a top 10 defense, with Washington having a top 5 defense, and the fact that you guys have to play the Patriots in the AFC East, who has a top 10 defense, I don't see you guys being any better than an 8-9 win team. And 8 or 9 wins is not going to win the division next year. 8 or 9 wins is not going to win the East this year. It's going to take at least 10, most likely, to win this division.
Real quick, can I show you a picture of what I just made?
Okay, sure. Thank you, Jayla. Your word, your wisdom
Share the screen.
Oh my God, oh my goodness. Yeah, man. I hate to break it, but Deshaun Watson is finished. He's finished. He's absolutely finished. Well, yeah, it's a pretty accurate description.
Deshaun Cosby.
Oh my goodness, and man, being the big Deshaun Watson fan that I am. Or was.
Yo, this man said Deshaun.
Being the big Deshaun Watson that I was, man, I feel bad for him, but I'm like, dude, you should have known better, man.
He's the one who raped women.
Well, I mean,
molested.
I guess it's because I've seen so many innocent African American guys get accused of something that they never. And the fact that I said this to my brother a couple of weeks ago, but the whole timing of it all, like, as soon as it got reported that he wanted out of Houston, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these allegations came about. But as you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. And the thing that really fascinates me is that, dude, why do you have so many different massage therapists? Like, I really only allow 2 people to massage my body, and that's my mom and my girlfriend's cousin. That's it. I have maybe, no, to be fair, he's an excellent masseuse. So
you guys say no homo after that.
Well, bro, come on now. Again, dude, why do you have like 30 different massage therapists?
Yo,
Like,
speaking of this, would you like the Giants to sign Adrian Peterson to mentor Saquon?
yeah, I saw Nate's video. I saw Nate's video on this. I think early this morning. Listen, as a fan, I think it'd be fascinating to have arguably the best running back of the previous generation mentoring the best running back. Excuse me, having the best running back for the previous generation mentoring arguably the best running back of this generation is fascinating. Having said all that, why? I mean, we already signed Devin Booker. I really like Gary Brightwell as a third running back. I think he's a hard physical runner that is decent out of the backfield. Why do we need Adrian Peterson when we already have like 7 or 8 different running backs? Like, I get the fact that he can mentor Saquon Barkley on how to recover from a horrific injury like that, but it's just is it because of his name value? Like, seriously. Like, and I understand he wants to go for the all-time leading rusher record, but we already have so many different.
You know
we
what
already
I
have
wouldn't
so
mind?
many.
You know what I really want in line? Just bring in Adrian Peterson and play some fullback.
Yeah, but you know he's not gonna sell in. Oh my god, I gotta share this.
The Giants already have a lot of depth in the running back position.
Yeah, like I'm like, why? Like we already have so many guys at that position. I just feel like it would be as just, it'd be more of a circus thing. It'd be more of a circus than anything else.
Well, let's be honest. We know that Corey Clement and possibly Gary Brightwell may not make the roster. So,
like and I think Ben. No. Again, it was Nate. I think that Nate brought this up in a previous video. He thinks we're going to carry like 4 different running backs on the roster. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't see the Giants can. I can see them carrying 3 on the active roster, but then keeping like a good couple on like the practice squad.
Also, what happened to that Australian running back that we had? Is he on the practice squad?
Yeah. To me, he's more of a practice squad guy, but I think Brightwell has a real shot at making the roster, like the active 53-man roster.
See this landline.
Oh my goodness. First What in the world? What in the world? I'm like, are you guys haunted? Are you guys haunted again? But you need to stop it. Lord have mercy, you're gonna scare the children.
Hey, yo, remember this phase? Remember this phase?
Why, dude? You look fly with those glasses on, man.
You know what I look?
You really do.
Flying?
Huh?
I'm here to steal your bitch.
Bruh. You look like a young. Who's the? Oh my god. Yeah, now that I was about to say you look like the kid from Problem Child with those glasses.
I'm gonna spy now. What's that?
Oh my god. You've never seen Problem Child before?
Well, I met you, but.
Oh my god. No. You looking it up now?
Yeah.
Logan,
Looks like a
aka
young,
the Seeker.
he looks like a young Ed Sheeran. You know?
Oh my god. Put those glasses back on, man. Not the sunglasses, the regular ones.
I can't.
Father me. But again, Adrian Peterson, not really a fan. Let him go to freaking Pittsburgh and mentor Najee Harris. He does not need to come to the Giants.
He's already been training with Najee for like 6 months.
There you go. Let him go to Baltimore for all I care.
No, but can the Giants trade for, I think the easy way to solve the Giants' O-line problem is to trade for Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh my god.
That fat son of a...
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I said it after the regular season. I'm going to say it again. I think this is Big Ben's last year. But unfortunately,
2003. When you say,
oh my god,
wasn't even drafted.
Lord have mercy.
Drop the link to your boy Jaden. I'm gonna talk to Jaden.
Yeah, Jaden. Why don't you come into the chat room? Why don't you come into the chat room and tell everyone how I beat you in basketball the other day?
I don't think he can consider you didn't drop the link.
Oh shoot! I thought I did. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I did. I thought I did drop the link in the chat.
Big news for the Giants. Big news for the Giants.
Oh god! Whoa.
Okay.
We got breaking news or something?
Yes, breaking news right here. Okay, you know how we acquired the first round pick from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
We just traded that. Okay. So.
Just stop. What?
Ready? Breaking news. New York Giants signed trade 2022 first round pick and wide receiver Dante Pettis in return for Chargers former 5-time All-Pro guard Trey Turner.
You're lying.
I'm serious.
Hold on a second. Let me go to my Twitter account right now, because you better not be messing with me with this.
Giants trade 2022 Bears first round draft pick and wide receiver Dante Pettis in return for 5-time All-Pro guard Trey Turner.
Hold on a second. I gotta get a whiff of this.
Well,
this
the offensive line problem solved, so.
Hold on a second.
Left guard solved. We got Hernandez on the right, excuse me. Nick Gates at the center, and Thomas and Burt. That's a good line.
Hold on. Hold on a second here.
Do you like the trade?
No, that trade would be phenomenal. Okay, Ian Rappaport.
Psych!
Bruh, that is so mean. That is so mean, because I'm like, wait a minute. Trey Turner is not on
the CJ's face when he found out I was joking.
Wait a minute, hold on, I'm about to say, wait a minute. How do we trade for Trey Turner when he's a free agent? He's not signed under any. He's not signed under. Oh, well, wait a minute. That has to be false. Second of all, if that had actually happened, every good thing that I said about Gettleman this year, I would have officially taken all that away. Like, you don't trade. Like, I don't care if Quentin Nelson, and I love Quentin Nelson, I'm not trading a first round pick for a guard.
Excuse me.
I love Quentin Nelson, but I am not giving up a potentially high first round pick for a guard? No. Absolutely not. Now, would I give up a second? Would I give up a second and a third for Quentin Nelson? Oh, and a heartbeat. But a first? Stop it. Heck no. So the heck no.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Heck to the no.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Where's the lamb sauce? It's under my dog's belly is where it is. She stole it from belly. Yeah. Fantasia would eat just about anything that lands in my room. But not. It's funny because I actually wanted to get in touch. I actually wanted to talk about this offensive line for a quick second. I finally found your next comparison. Jonah Hill.
That.
You don't know who Jonah Hill is?
Wait,
The actor from. You've ever seen 22 Jump Street?
What? Thanks. Thanks. Man calling me fat out here.
Well, yeah. Again, you are still a little plubby, so.
I guarantee I would kick your ass if we ever got into a fight.
I don't know if you'll be able to get me to the ground because of how
Have you ever
strong I
done
am.
martial arts? Have you ever done martial arts?
I did.
I've knocked
Briefly.
my dad out before. With a pillow. He went unconscious when I hit him with the head with a styrofoam pillow. I mean, not a styrofoam pillow, a Tempur-Pedic pillow.
Oh boy.
I tried to
got a
call
demon
911.
I got a demon child on my channel. But before we wrap this with the Giants talk, Logan, briefly tell me outside of the Super Bowls, because we know those are going to be high up there. What's your favorite memory as far as being a Giants fan?
Ugh.
And then after that, we're gonna do our 5 favorite Giants players, our 5 favorite Giants legends, and then our 5 favorite Giants over the last 10 years.
That's a hard. I've just recently gotten into football in like the last 3 years.
And unfortunately, the Giants have stunk during that time span. Like, again, I'm taking away this.
Odell me.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe that actually became a thing. Like, so many kids after that catch were like, "Throw me an Odell." I'm like, "Excuse me, like, throw me an Odell." I'm like,
No one will ever stand Landon Collins, me. Like, bruh.
Like, I'm like, how do you? I'm like, oh, so you mean throw you a one? That doesn't mean throw you an Odell. That means you have to catch like Odell.
Yeah, my
okay.
people are probably the Odell catch.
Yeah, no, that's a great one. Actually,
I'm a huge football fan, then I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that game. Even though Odell was already at that point the runaway rookie of the year, that was really the game that basically just ended all debates. Who's the offensive rookie of the year? Odell Beckham Jr. And unfortunately, that catch. While I'm not going to say that defines him, that was really the beauty and the curse of Odell. He would have these miraculous plays, but then we would still lose, and it's like, doesn't even matter. Yeah. Me personally, again, taking away the Super Bowls, I'm gonna go with.
Deshaun Jackson.
I'm actually go. You need to stop it. I still get nightmares from that play. I'm gonna go with.
You were alive when Phil Simms was drafted, 1979.
You got jokes. I'm not that old. Man, favorite. I guess it has to be the Sunday night comeback against the Cowboys, because that was really kind of like the breaking point of our season that year, going to Dallas and again just rubbing it in the face of all Cowboy fans alike. Anytime that I can make a Cowboy fan's life miserable, it's just gold to me. It's funny. During my whole rant on Kyrie Irving, with Zion and them here, somebody down the stretch said not only call me CJ Talks Rants, but call me a young Stephen A. That's the one thing Stephen A. will always have on me. Nobody can make fun of the Cowboys outside of myself and him. So,
This new guy Jay in the Bay, he's a 49ers fan, subscribed to my channel. He's actually got a pretty big channel.
who? Oh, cool.
Jay in the
Awesome.
Bay, 774 subscribers. He's a 49ers channel.
Oh wow! And it's like people have always asked me, if you weren't a Giants fan, who would be your favorite team? For years, it was the Steelers, but more recently, I probably would say the 49ers because I have so.
If I wasn't
Go
a
ahead.
Giants fan, I'd probably be a Ravens fan because I spent so many good years in Baltimore.
Wait a minute! Hold on a second. You said Ravens. You said Ravens.
Man, I'm messing.
Because I'm like, the amount of crap that you give to Lamar Jackson, and the fact that you don't even think Baltimore's a top 5 team in that conference. I'm like, hold on a second, back to front door. Like,
I kind of like the Ravens, like when I lived in Maryland. But I've always been a Giants fan. But if I wasn't a Giants fan, I'd definitely be a Saints fan.
Saints fan, yeah, I can get behind that. Because let's just be honest, the Saints, people used to make fun of the fact that how Cleveland fans wore bags on their heads, the fact that they're the epitome of a laughing stock. People forget, like, yeah, the Saints are pretty big now, but go back to the 70s and 80s and 90s. They were Cleveland before Cleveland, and it was probably even worse. Like, they called themselves the Aints, for crying out loud.
The top of a fancy gate out here is their logo.
Well, exactly. I'm like, so.
My top 5 favorite Giants legends: Lawrence Taylor, Michael Strahan, Eli Manning, Tiki Barber, and Justin Tuck.
Okay. My top 5 Giants legends, obviously Eli Strahan, LT, Harry Carson, and Carl Banks.
I love Carson, bro.
Bro.
That man
Okay,
was
now
6'5".
top 5 favorite Giants that doesn't include Eli, because we all know he would be our number ones.
Colt McCoy.
It's funny, like, when Colt McCoy signed with the Browns. I think this past offseason, people were like, well, the Giants just lost their number 1 quarterback. I'm like, are y'all serious? I'm like, are y'all serious?
Jalen Jones will never beat the Seahawks.
But are you serious? I'm like, don't get me wrong, Colt McCoy was great for what he was. But he was a game manager, okay? He's a backup. That had a great grade.
Yeah, if I wasn't to have Eli, it would go Tiki, LT, Michael Strahan,
Really?
Justin Tuck, and Chris Snead.
Now, I said, our 5 favorite Giants the past 10 years that doesn't include Eli.
Oh, the past 10 years? Saquon,
Yes.
Victor Cruz,
Okay.
JPP.
Ooh, I didn't think about JPP, ironically.
And, this one's hard. Over the last 10 years, I have to go with Saquon if it's the last 10 years. I was so close to saying Evan Ingram, but I was like,
I don't think you want to be banned from Giants community if you had said Evan Ingram.
He has such good hands for a tight end, bro. It's just elite.
Bruh. My goodness. My top 5, as far as besides Eli the last 10 years, I'm going to go with, ironically, my first favorite Giants player was Kevin Boss. Like, I loved Kevin Boss to death. He was going to be my first Giants jersey before he left for free agency, which absolutely broke my heart. So he would be my number 1. Number 2, I'm actually surprised that you didn't say, because I love corners, I love safeties, and I kind of, in a way, play like him. Antrell Roll. Like, Antrell Roll was really the first guy that I really focused on as a safety because he did so many different things. Like, we marvel at guys like Jabril and Logan Ryan, but really, Antron Roll was really kind of like the first guy to do all those things.
Why am I
To
just
play in the
making
box.
weird faces?
Because you're weird. He played in the box. What in God's green earth? He made me lose my train of thought. He played in the box. He was a great free safety. He could cover slot receivers and he could play on the outside. You need to get your Chucky looking behind out of here. My goodness.
There it is, Joel.
What?
Joel.
What? Oh. Joel's not even in here. Why are you bro? Nah.
Joel keeps asking.
No. I would not have it. I would not have it, Mr. Logan. That you need to stop it. Oh my goodness, he's doing it again. Do you have no shame at all? Do you have absolutely no shame at all,
told me to do
man?
it, so I did it.
Joel, you know this knucklehead kid will do anything you dare him to. I'm pretty sure if I did. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure if I dare him to drink his dog's water, to drink out of his dog's water bowl, he will do it.
I already done that. I'm joking.
My goodness. Again, you made me lose my train of thought, you butthole. I said number 1, Kevin Boss. Number 2, Antron Roll. Number 3, I'm actually gonna name somebody that.
Hit the dab, bro. Caesar, hit the dab.
No, I refuse to hit the dab. I will gladly dab you out of my channel if you keep messing with me. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna my next favorite Giants player in the last 10 years. I gotta go to someone that's already on the team. Jabril. Jabril, obviously him and I, we were. What the heck? Logan, what happened?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I accidentally disabled my mic and cam.
Knuckleheaded kids do knuckleheaded things. This is not a knuckle. Twerk one more time, and then you could twerk your way out of my stream, you butt. My goodness, this is like the 5th time you made me lose it. You made me lose my train of thought, bruh. Yes, thank you, Jaden. Oh, damn! Who was I just talking about? Oh, my goodness.
Yesterday, we get a video, guys. Logan's Giants are no longer allowed on the channel.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, that's gonna be my next. That's gonna be my next channel. Yeah, that's gonna be my next channel update. You need to stop it. I am no longer the co-host for the Giants zone. Oh yes, Jabril. Obviously Jabril and I good friends in high school. Really was cool.
You were good friends in high school?
Yeah, we went to the same high school.
You guys still talk?
A little bit. Whenever he comes back, like to the area. Whenever he comes back to the area, like
Can you hook
like
he with an autograph?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can. I'll probably see him at training camp this year. So I'll give you a shout out and say, hey, one of your biggest supporters of the Giants is a good friend of mine named Logan. he has his own YouTube channel, and he would much appreciate a shout out, as well as, you know, maybe a pair of autographed shoes or something. And so, yeah, I could probably see if I could hook you up. But again, Jabril, and it's not just his play on the.
Send him to North Carolina.
Oh my goodness. But that is, it's not just the fact that Jabril is obviously a great player on the field, but it's the fact that he recruited his ass off free agency wise. I mean, this guy was all. The fact that, obviously, we remember Logan Ryan going to, I think, Malibu to meet up with Adoree Jackson. But the fact that Logan Ryan, the fact that Jabril tagged him on Twitter, says, we're targeting Adoree Jackson next. I'm like, that right there and there just let me know, oh yeah, we're going to get him. We're going to sign him.
This man right here is BFFs with your boy CJ Talk Sports.
Oh my god. I mean, we were good.
Share your screen. This is your best friend forever, bro.
I mean, listen, man. Like, he graduated, I want to say, a year prior to me. Again, we went to Campus 9 and Campus High together. I remember hearing the fact that he got accepted to Michigan. I was very happy, very proud of him. Guy drafted by Cleveland in the first round. I'm like, he's going to be excellent over there. And then once the Odell trade happened, and I'm like, oh, we got back Jabril?
So,
hot dog.
Is he like subscribed to your channel?
I'm not even sure if he's aware of my channel yet, but again, I'm pretty sure once I meet up with him at a training camp practice, I'll see if I can get him on my channel.
No, on your channel?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like I said, we've been friends since freshman year of high school. And he didn't even live that far. He didn't even live that far from me, from where I was. As a matter of fact, even though he's not at the same caliber as, he's not at the same caliber as what Jabril is, but I was also friends and high school graduates with Rasul Douglas, who's now with Carolina. Yeah.
Yo,
same thing. Went to the same thing. We went to the same high school.
I'm so fucking sad because you're probably not gonna keep him.
Nah, I would be so disappointed if we were to lose Jabril, but I don't think he's going anywhere.
I want to get a Giants player on my channel to interview so fucking bad.
Yeah. I feel you, but again, I think Jabril is here to stay. I think he's a Joe Judge type of guy. He's a team leader. He's really the vocal leader of not just our defense, but of our entire team. Gellerman loves. Yeah, he's a Patrick Williams. Yeah, staying Indy Star, which also.
Bro, I really would you like Jabril Peppers as the gunner?
Nah, I don't know about that. I don't know about all of that. I don't know, man. I mean, he'd be excellent to be our captain as far as being on the gunner team, but I don't know. I guess it's because I don't want to add too many hits on his. I don't want to add too many his body.
Your best friend getting hurt.
Well, yeah, partially of that, but I also want to see him get a massive. I also want to see him get a fat contract, whether it's with us or another team. Again, because of how close we were back in high school. But again, because he's a Joe Judge guy, Gellerman traded for him. Acquired him. In the Odell package.
Does the man see that Jabril Pepper's personal phone number out here?
I do not, unfortunately. I am friends with him.
He's not your friend.
We are friends. We are still friends on Facebook, though. Like I still keep in touch with him in that regard. But no, it's just like, dude, and I don't want to be that friend who only talks about a guy because he's famous now. Like, no, Jabril has been my guy, like, again, since high school. Okay, and so listen, if I could potentially get him on the channel, that would be amazing. If I could get a signed autograph, not for myself, but for other people, that would be amazing.
Get one for everybody. Get one for yourself.
Oh my goodness.
I'll give you my I'll trade you my Dexter Lawrence ball for a Jabril Peppers cleat.
I give that some thought. I
don't care that my dad spent $350 on it. I'll take a Jabril Peppers signed cleat any road.
Alright. But yeah, already Jabril has only been here this is his third year with us, right? Yeah, this is his third year for us because he came in that package with the Odell trade, which led into the Daniel Jones pick. So, top 3 overall: Kevin Boss, Antrell Roll, Jabril Peppers.
You gotta become his agent.
I will most likely be reporting on him, not necessarily. I will most likely be covering him, not necessarily his agent.
Yo, I love the old school Logan's Giants logo. This is the OG logo.
Nah, man, that's the one that I would keep. Keep it
really?
Old school.
You don't like this one?
Oh no, I thought that was the old. Oh no, yeah, keep that one. Keep that one. If you're ever to make another sports channel, use the original one.
Giants franchise.
Number 4. My number 4 favorite current Giant. I guess I gotta go with Saquon. I mean, Saquon was really like the first high draft pick that I remember being so hyped about because I wanted the Giants to really. What now?
This is real. There you go.
Oh. Has this been the actual first time that we have 2 players on the cover of Madden?
No, in 2010 we had Larry Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu.
Really? I don't remember that one.
I think this is real. I think it seems pretty real.
Oh, but no, I like it a lot. If it does turn out to be real, again, you have, in my opinion, you have the current GOAT. Dang it. With the potentially future GOAT.
Yeah, I mean, I would have rather Derrick Henry knocking the lights out of Josh Norman on the cover.
Oh my god!
You saw space.
Bro, you remember like 3 or 4 years ago there was a real debate as far as who was better, Josh Norman or Richard Sherman, as far as the top corner. I'm like, it's not even close. I'm like, Josh Norman is a lesser version of what Richard Sherman is. The only thing that Josh Norman was really known
like Donkey from Shrek out her.
Like, bro, pretty accurate, I may say.
So
but then again, the only. I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to disagree with
Poor
that.
Draymond. I mean, right now, the 76ers suck ass. I just wanted to point that out.
Before I close out with the Giants, I mean, as soon as we close out to the Giants, I want to do a quick recap of the NBA playoffs the last couple of weeks. But again, to finish off my top 5 in no particular order, of course. Kevin Boss, Antrell Roll, Jabril, Barkley, as well as who would be my number 5? Who would be my number 5? That face would be my number 5.
Dwayne Haskins.
Hey.
Daniel Jones.
Don't. I want to say Daniel, but I feel like it's too early. I would say.
Ooh.
I gotta get one more person. I was gonna go with Eli Payton, but again, he wasn't here for that long.
Real quick,
I want to guess.
I have this one question for you. If you don't know who this is, you can't be a Giants fan. Madison Hedgecock.
Oh my goodness, man! You know what? I was gonna go with Dominic Rogers Cromartie, but Matt. Yeah, I mean he was here for a good while. He was really kind of like the captain of our. He was really kind of like the captain of our secondary back in 2016, but not Madison Hedgecock. He was a fabulous offensive lineman.
He was a fullback. What are you saying?
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I mean. He played like one. He was such an you know, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna take that back. I can't go with because again, I was just becoming a Giants fan when he was still on the team. I'm gonna go with the guy that I actually compared you to, Bear Pasco, the tight end for the Giants, 2011 Super Bowl year. Obviously, bruh, you go over for that. Get out of here. But yeah, the thing that I love most about DRC, who is my fifth favorite Giant in that spare, is because it wasn't just his leadership qualities that were elite. He was still, in my opinion, a top 10 corner even in the back nine of his career. Like, he went from being an elite outside corner to being really a dominant slot corner. Excuse me. And was really the catalyst of the Giants' NYPD defense that year. So, I really feel as though DRC is still severely underrated for twerking.
I wasn't twerking on stream. But again, because I am a big proponent of skill position players, especially on the defensive side of the ball, DRC was such a pivotal guy for our defense that year, and really him and Antron Rowe were really kind of like the catalyst of what corners / safeties could do. What are you doing? I swear you, the more you do that, the more you remind me of Sid from the first Toy Story. Yeah. Yo.
That's my rat face. If you're gonna give me the pale face Chucky meme, I'm gonna give you the shit rat look.
The shit rat.
That's how a rat eats. But nah. Again, people. For those of you guys that are still watching, leave me your top 5 favorite Giants legends, as well as top 5 favorite modern Giants players in the last 10 years, not named Elon Manning.
Elon Musk.
Bruh.
Elon Musk.
Bruh, I need to share this. Bruh, I was so excited.
Disappointment.
Excuse me?
I'm joking.
Excuse me?
I'm joking.
About to say, I will ban you. From my channel if you were serious about that. Andrew Thomas has been a big disappointment. But nah, man, I was so excited when we signed Brandon Marshall that off season. Yeah. See, here's the thing. I was still in quote unquote the Air Force at the time. I was still in the process of completing my boot camp phase.
What?
And I was briefly in the military for like 2 seconds. Air Force. Very briefly. Very briefly. Barely made it through the first week.
What?
Barely made it.
Oh, no, we're not gonna do this on stream, but I need to know this story one day.
I'll tell. I'll let you know about it. Probably when I go live Saturday on my film channel. So if you guys want to discuss movies and my brief time in the Air Force, come hop on Saturday night. But not, bruh, not for me. But you kind of hinted at it at first with the whole Philadelphia thing. I actually want to do a quick recap on the NFL playoffs, on the NBA playoffs, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. Many of his fanboys have been just dogging me over the fact that many folks still believe that Kevin Durant is the best player in basketball today. And I've always said, no, he's still second. Until I see Kevin Durant. No, he's top 2. Easily.
No, he's not.
There's no way you... There's no way you can name 5 players right now that are better than Kevin Durant.
Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson.
I said right now, not all time. I said right now. Yeah, and your dog is still humping your pillow.
I was gonna make a comeback, but I don't want to get. I don't want to get my channel taken down.
But no, I want to briefly talk about last night's game between. Oh, hold on a second. For all my wrestling viewers, Undertaker, Cena, Stone Cold, Kane, and The Rock. Again, those were the guys I pretty much grew up with. HBK, in my opinion, bruh. HBK was obviously one of my 2 favorite wrestlers superstars of all time. So anytime I see a top 5 list that doesn't have Shawn Michaels, I'm like, you're automatically irrelevant to me as far as a wrestling fan. Well, because he won the 24/7 chicken wings and the title. My goodness, I don't even see that. Raw has gotten so bad to a point that I don't even watch on a consistent basis. That's how bad it is. But last night's game between the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. Just an overall magical performance. First of all, I gotta start this off with a rant here.
Oh, great!
So brace yourselves, everyone. Mike Budenholzer.
Who?
Mike Budenholzer, you at one point were a terrific head coach for not only the Atlanta Hawks, but for the Milwaukee Bucks briefly. You have James Harden, who's a capable defender, who's a solid defender. He's playing on basically one leg. He's completely gassed. He can't move, and he's playing 46 minutes. Why the hell? Why in the absolute hell are you not going after him on every single possession? Like, it's one thing. Like, if James Harden had an historical night, I'm like, okay, but you at least have to go after him on the defensive side of the ball. James Harden is there in only spirit, and you freaking let him get away with basically playing on one leg, and you don't attack him. Why? You have capable players who could go on isolations.
Beat that motherfucker.
Why not just pick and roll James Harden to death? Yeah, exactly. Why don't you just pick and roll James Harden to death? Find him on a mismatch, get him on Brook Lopez, and punish his ass. I'm like, Bulldozer, what are you here for? What exactly are you here for? Like, You brought in Drew Holiday and
Go.
you make Giannis a bona fide small ball center. That is great. But what is the point of doing that if you're not going to take advantage of your size and your mismatches? And I haven't even gone to the fact that Kevin Durant just basically ripped you a new one. So I'm like, okay, all right. Nate is here. Nate is back. He just asked me a very, very naive question.
Drop it in the chat, please.
Okay. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen.
You mean gentlemen? There's no ladies in the chat.
No, come on, man. Drop the link. Come on. Come on, people.
Okay.
Give me a second. Give me a second, everybody.
Your boy Logan's tired.
I could tell.
I got up at 4:30 today and did my workout.
As in 4:30 in the morning, I presume.
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, yeah, I got up
me
at
a
4:30, sure.
That's come on, how come I can't link? How come I can't? Give me a second, everybody. I'm going to be coming right back.
You want me to do it?
Yes, please.
Okay, make me a moderator.
All right. First of all, how do I do that?
I'll put something in the YouTube chat, and you press the 3 bars next to my name, and then you press add moderator.
All right.
I just put yo in the chat.
Okay. So I see the comment.
All right. So now you press the 3 bars next to it.
On the right?
Yes. And then press add moderator.
It says it's only giving me 2 options: put user in timeout and block user.
What? No, you need to do it from YouTube, not StreamYard.
Oh! Okay. Alright, hold on a second. Give me a quick second, everybody.
By the way, everyone in the chat, I listed some of your guys' channels on my channels. The thing is called Friends Channels. It has your guys' channels in it.
Oh, that's very nice.
It's got Miz, you, both your channels, Balby, Zion, and who else? I forget. Alright, am I mod?
You're almost on.
CJ just died. He passed. Damn it. What happened to CJ? CJ passed away. Sorry. In memoriam. In the arms of the angels. I'll be there, Bobby. In the arms of the angels. Fly away. Is it a call-in, Bobby? In the arms of the angels. CJ's dead. I don't know what happened, guys. I'm sorry. Nice. Well, Bobby says it's a call-in. It's a call-in podcast. What is this dude CJ doing? What? What? What happened to CJ? I can't end the stream, guys. What the fuck? Subscribe to CJ Talk Sports. Me, Logan's Giants Zone will be live tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. for the Giants Zone podcast, the first episode of the Giants Zone podcast. There you go. And my podcast. What the fuck?
Yeah, folks. I am so
You're gonna get copyrighted. Turn that down.
Yeah, folks. I am so sorry.
You're gonna get copyrighted. Turn your TV down.
Oh my goodness. I am so sorry about that, folks. For some reason, StreamYard is not allowing me to share this. It's not allowing me to share this. It's not allowing me to stream. Logan, if you want, I actually retweeted. I actually retweeted my stream on my Twitter account. If you want to follow me over there, Nate, I know you're following me on Twitter right now. So if you want to post that same link into the chat, feel free. But yeah, for some reason it is not allowing me to share this. I do not know why. Again, my apologies.
Will you be on the first episode of the next podcast?
Will I be on for Nate's channel? For Nate's stream? Yeah, I saw that. I think I might.
I'll go on that.
I think. CJ. Oh my goodness, Jaden, you need to stop it. But nah. Before
shout out to this man right here. This man, CJ Talk Sports, is the new co-host of the Giants Zone podcast. My guy, congratulations, you're the co-host.
No problem. Again, thanks for recruiting me.
I couldn't even like Jabril Peppers out here.
Hey man, hey. What can I say? I like to be wine and dine.
I just heard a baby die in the background.
No. That's one of my neighbors from outside.
Oh.
But before we wrap up this stream, before we wrap up the stream, give me which current giant on this team you think is gonna have their breakout year besides Daniel Jones?
Andrew Thomas.
Wow, I'm actually going to go to the opposite side. I'm actually going to go with Matt Peart. I'm actually going to go with Matt Peart. I say Peart. I say Peart because I'm sorry, I can't get behind the E and the R. So for me, it's Peart. Okay, the A is almost silent at that point. But yeah, the thing that I like most about Matt Peart, and I said this similarly coming into the draft that year when I was debating who was my four favorite tackles in the first round. Is it Thomas? Is it Wirfs? Is it Willis? Or is it Mekhi Becton? And for a while, I was kind of on the Mekhi Becton train because I fell in love, no homo, with his size and his length. And he really kind of reminded me, in terms of his build, he really, you know what I meant. He really kind of reminds me of like a young, raw version of Tyrod Smith. Because if you remember, Tyrod Smith was not an elite left tackle when he came in. Like, very similar to Mekhi Becton. Very raw, very underdeveloped. Needed a ton of coaching. I remember, we have a surprise visitor.
What's going on?
Nate. What's going on, little dude?
Cool.
The littlest one. But now, as a matter of fact, you were mine. Thankfully, you finally got me on track. Let me tell you something about Kyrie Irving, okay?
Hold on. CJ talks rants. Hold on.
Real quick, Nate, you gotta turn your StreamYard volume up. We can barely hear you.
Hold on.
This man
Can you hear
James
us?
said Nate looks like Slim Shady. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
Listen.
Jaden.
By the way, for all the people who are from my channel, by the way, if you guys don't know, on my channel, Logan came on. We having some beef. Just to clear this up right now, I respect Logan as a content creator. Will we ever be friends? No, but I would respect you guys to just stop talking about it. It's over, and yeah.
It's done.
We weren't even talking about this. As a matter of fact, I got a bone to pick. I got a bone to pick with you.
I have a serious question for Nate. This has nothing to do with that. Do I have permission to come on your channel and talk sports with you guys?
Yeah, don't talk about if Benny's on, just don't come on because beef and stuff. But if it's just like you and Bobby, I'll be fine.
But yes, Nate, I have a bone to pick with you because I heard a bit. Because I saw your little comment on last night's stream with me, Viz, Corey and the rest of the crew. I saw the fact that you really think Kyrie Irving is a top 10 player in this league.
You mean in the association?
No shitty.
Yes. First of all, how many times do I have to tell you to watch your potty mouth, little boy? Okay. Alright, I know. Okay, okay. You have like 10 chest hairs on. You have like 10 chest hairs at best, and all of a sudden you think you can curse like an adult. Having said all that, let me acknowledge I am a casual Celtics fan. I was uber excited when I heard that we traded for Kyrie Irving. Listen, I love Isaiah Thomas, but if you're telling me we're gonna roll out with Isaiah Thomas and bring in Kyrie Irving, a proven winner A guy that's performed at the highest stage. Absolutely. I do that trade in a heartbeat.
No, not all time. I mean in the league right now.
No, like I said, right now? Again, I was uber excited for Kyrie Irving to come here. I'm like, yo, we have one of the 2 or 3 best coaches in the game in Brad Stevens. We have 2 terrific young wings in Tatum, Smart, and Brown. We have good leaders in the locker room in Horford and Marcus Morris. Gordon Hayward, who's going to be coming back. Oh, the Celtics are going to be legit. Like, for a minute, I picked the Celtics to win the championship that year. Having said all that, I'm going to ask you the same question as I asked Zion.
Yes, sir.
What has Kyrie Irving done as a number 1 option?
That shit.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
He's been in Cleveland like his whole life.
And he had the opportunity.
He's gonna be
Look at this man. This man Jaden said, "Where's the lamb sauce Slim Shady?"
I'll take
Oh my goodness.
I'll take Slim Shady.
Nah, bro, you're still Anthony Davis. You're still AD.
Chest rat. It's chest rat.
But not again. Seriously, what has Kyrie Irving done as a number 1 option? Nothing.
Option.
Yes, he has. He was when the Boston Celtics traded for him. He was supposed to be the guy. And listen, even though I picked the Celtics to win the title that year, I wasn't expecting a championship. I was at least expecting a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. And he didn't even get us that far. He got flamed out. The Celtics couldn't wait to get rid of him. They couldn't wait to run him out of town. It's because they knew that while
this man was the Francisco Lindor.
Oh my! Like everyone in their grandmothers knew that while yes, Kyrie Irving has the personality. I mean, while he may have the skill set, the talent to be a number 1, he is not a number 1 option. He is a legit.
I watched Jason Tatum's YouTube channel from like 9 years ago.
Hold on,
bro.
How does Hyatt die?
Good point by Jaden. I think Tatum's gonna take over. Dude, he's gonna take over Boston right now, dude. He's becoming a superstar.
You mean Boston?
Yes.
Bro. Boston.
He's become. Marcus Smart ain't smart. That's a good one.
Yeah, Marcus Smart tries some nuts sometimes. But again, and don't get me wrong, Kyrie Irving, he's one of the baddest dudes to pick up a basketball. He's one of the most clutch players of this generation, arguably. But everything of all of his success has come when he was the number 2, or in this case, the number 3 option. And to make my point even larger, remember free agency that year. The year KD, Kyrie, and Kawhi, and Jimmy Butler were all free agents. Who were the teams that were interested in Kyrie Irving? The Lakers, the Knicks, and obviously the Brooklyn Nets.
And the Bangladesh Blue Jays.
What?
Yeah. All of the teams that were interested in Kyrie Irving that year were teams that...
Jaden, thank you. Stephen Curry. I'm tired of these Nets fans saying Curry's not better than freaking Kyrie Irving. I'm tired of this, bro.
He's saying Curry is better. He's saying in the chat Curry is better than Kyrie.
Yes, that's what
he's saying.
He's better than Kyrie.
Oh no, that I'm not denying. But again, my whole thing is that
I'll tell you my top 10. Honestly,
okay, go ahead.
Right now it's LeBron. LeBron's the best player in the NBA right now. No things asked. The number 2, would you have your number 2? Because after that, you can literally put.
Okay, I mean, as of right now, it's so hard because we're still in the middle of the NBA playoffs. But I'll give you my top 10 coming into the year. LeBron was number 1. KD was number 2. Kawhi 3rd. 4th, he may drop out of my top 5 now. Giannis. 5th, Steph. 6th, Harden. 7th, he's won an MVP. What do you gotta say? He's won an MVP. And
freaking Irving?
He's won an MVP. Come on now, stop it.
Alright,
Stop
then you're
it.
doing technical. Okay, yeah, sure, go.
Okay, then I said 5th I had Steph, 6th Harden, 7th AD, 8th probably Luka, 9th Jimmy
Yeah,
Butler, 10 honestly Tatum. I see more from Tatum as a number 1 option than Kyrie Irving has right now.
Who's your number 9?
Oh no, excuse me, number 9. No, excuse me, number 9. Not Jimmy Butler. 9. I had Damian Lillard.
Dame over Kyrie?
Yes, easily. I don't even have to think twice about it.
What?
I don't even have. Damian Lillard's a better lead. Damian Lillard's a better leader. He's a better shooter. I would say he's a better. Kyrie is a better finisher. He's a better ball handler. But outside of that, I take Dame over Kyrie on everything else.
What?
Absolutely, and again, I'm arguing the fact.
You just said Dame over
Kemba.
Kyrie, or what are you smoking?
No, why did you keep
I'm
me
smoking
out
the
for so
truth.
long? What did
Because
Okay. Logan, I just have to tell you this. He put Dame over Kyrie.
Yeah, that's because Dame's better than Kyrie.
yeah.
Also, you didn't have Jokic in your top 5?
No, just here's the thing. Joker is so hard because he's.
Dame or Kyrie.
Joker is such a hard player to really. He's really a hard player to kind of, categorize. Because here's the thing about Joker, and I love Jokic as a player.
Shut the fuck up, he won the MVP.
This was coming into the year, not right now. I will do.
Thank you. Kyrie's better than Dame. Thank
No, he's not, bro.
No, he's not.
What are you talking about?
Nate, stop the fucking cap.
Okay. Alright, Logan. I'm not your friend, and I'll just say this. Dame is not better than Kyrie. Kyrie's always won a title.
Why did you have to clarify that we're not friends before you said that?
He won a title with LeBron, Nate. Come on. He has.
He versed the freaking hardest team of all time. Did you see their freaking starting 5?
Again, Nate, I'm not discrediting Kyrie's talent. I'm asking, what has he done as a number 1 option? You want to know why?
JD, you're on my back. Thank you.
Kyrie never got. Yeah, because he had LeBron with him.
How much longer are we going?
Yeah. Probably about 12 more minutes. Yeah. Again, Nate, what has Kyrie? Damian Lillard at least took his team to the conference finals.
I'll be right back.
He's at least gotten his team past the first round routinely.
Look, listen.
Kyrie.
It's just I understand. They're really.
Yes, Hall said jaded. Yes, they did. The year they got swept. The year they got swept by the Warriors when Kevin Durant got hurt, they were in the Western Conference Finals. The year he waved bye-bye to the Thunder, that was the year he made it to the Western Conference Finals. I want to say it was 2018.
Finals.
Yes. Now, Jaded. I'm saying Braun over KD. I mean, if you want to go historically, that's fine, but right now, if the playoffs were to end today, Kevin Durant would be my number 1 player.
Okay, he went to a conference finals.
Yeah. So again, Damian Lillard has been the face of a franchise. Damian Lillard has been the face of a franchise for the last number of years. Kyrie's never been that.
I'm eating something.
He's never.
Right here, bro.
He's not not KD. Kyrie's never done that. He had the opportunity to do that in Boston, and he failed miserably.
JC, you missed someone. You miss a guy, and what is in the chat? Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal deserves that conversation right now.
That was going to be my next thing with Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
He's a terrific player, but let's keep it real.
I have to go because my clock has.
Okay.
Be over there at 7. It's after 20 minutes. Be there 20 minutes after, and I'll let people follow it. All right.
Okay. All
right. Peace, bro.
Bye bye. Okay, so again, to wrap things with all the Kyrie Irving slander. I mean, again, he's a great player. He's Bradley Beal with a ring. That's what he is. Beal is a terrific player. I need some ice cream after that. He's Bradley Beal with a ring. That's what he is. He's a great closer.
Shout out to my best friend Nate
from Nate Talks. I keep confused. Is it Nate Talks Giants or is it just Nate Talks Sports? It's Nate Talks Sports. Okay. So again, I'm not denying Kyrie's talents. He's not to me, you have to be a bona fide number one option in order to consider you to be a top 10 player.
Bruh, the McDonald's.
Well, yeah, no.
I got a joke that I gotta tell. The McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich hit different like Ray Rice in an elevator.
Again, the disrespect. As far as am I coming to the court tomorrow? I might. But if I do, I'll probably go to Elwood Park rather than Oval Park.
Why?
So it's like because I primarily go to Oval Park to take my godson to baseball practice. Now that he's going to be in Philadelphia for a couple of weeks, I usually primarily go to like Elwood Park. It's the park right up the hill from me. And so, Jaden, if you want to come meet me up at Elwood Park, that's fine. I cannot rap at all. I can sing a little bit, but I don't have the voice to do so right now.
Same.
Then
you raise me up.
But I don't even know that song. But like that.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
Okay, that's gonna end the stream, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna end the stream. Everyone here, please be sure to like and subscribe to the. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my boy Nate Talks Giants. No, Nate Talks Sports.
My best friend.
Yes, our dear friend Nate Talks Sports. Nate Talks Giants. We're gonna be on his stream in about 20 minutes. Sports. We're gonna be on Nate Talks Sports channel in about 20 minutes from now. Thank you for everyone for watching. Again, please be sure to leave me your top 5 favorite Giants legends, as well as your favorite Giants players in the last 10 years. That doesn't include Eli. I'll be sure to shout out who I think had the best list on my next stream. This is CJ Talk Sports, aka Mr. Christian Jones, and I'll see you guys.
Let me get a plug real quick.
Oh yes, let Logan do.
Thanks for watching.
Plug your show.
Thanks for watching CJ Talk Sports. My good friend CJ is the GOAT. He'll be my co-host for the Giant Zone podcast Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m. Be there, my guys.
Yes, we're going to be talking a whole lot of Giants. We're going to be previewing the NFL season overall, not just for the Giants, but all across the NFL. Please be sure to check out Logan Giants. So he's a great YouTube content creator. He's got a script. He's playing this out perfectly. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.